Do you hear that sound? It's cool. It's cool. If you have been paying attention to TMP and all the things that we've talked about through the many years of the project, you should know all the things we're interested in. Tanks are one of those things. Here we have the Jagged Tiger. This is an easy model in 1/72nd scale. It's awesome. It's compact, easy to put on your shelf. They're very excellent. I put links below generally when we talk about these things, but we're gonna take it up like, not here, not here, not here. It's gonna be out of frame. It's how cool this tank is. Are you ready? Man the controls, Doodle. Here comes a 1/16 scale remote control King Tiger tank. Holy cow, that's cool. What? Do the whole machine gun for him. Look, it lights up. Roll the tracks. Here, I'm holding it so you can roll the tracks. What the hell? You're seeing grass come out of the tracks because we roll it. Look at this machine, dudes.
It's so cool.
This is so cool. So, and just as a display piece, this is amazing. You can put it on your shelf. You don't have to drive it at all. It runs on, what, a 7.2 or 7.4 battery, rechargeable. And by the way, that shoots, go ahead and shoot around out the
Oh, right. It was
6mm plastic pellets. Watch, it'll shoot. Is it malfunction?
I'm forgetting that there's a secret key press you
I
got
thought
to
you
memorize.
just pushed both of them. There it is. Dude, do it again. Dude, we'll get to the AR15 review. Stand by.
It's loading.
Oh, it's loading.
Helmut, load faster!
Dude, can you hear that hitting? So the idea is, as an infrared sensor you plug in, you have tank battles with other tanks. Holy cow.
It is so cool.
This is so cool. So this is a King Tiger, probably my favorite tank of World War II. I screwed up on the decals because it's matte finished, blah, blah, blah. Link below, buy with confidence. This thing is so insane. So I sold some of my other collectibles and bought this as a TMP decoration. And here it shall sit. You'll probably see it in the background. We have another one that we'll show you too. Look at how wicked that is, though.
It's a good example of, so like, if
God,
you
that's
talk to
cool.
real music nerds
Yeah.
and they complain about old people, no good music's been made in the last, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. You just haven't seen it. This is an example.
Good point.
Modern technology.
Good point.
A week ago, I had no idea you could have realistic airsoft BB battles between
tanks,
sloped armor, and faithful reproductions of World War II equipment with the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
With dude, you can pivot turn. So the tactics, the movement.
And it's digitally proportional, meaning you can go fast,
cool.
slow, and when you get good at it, it looks just like a real tank. It has adjustable controls, so you can just adjust the speeds. Different upgrade versions. You can get a fully metal tracked version. It's going to be much more expensive. This one has metal gears in it, various levels. This is, of course, made in China, but super high quality from what I can tell. And by the way, it took me 2.5 hours to put all the stuff on it. It's like a model. Yeah. All the stuff does not come on it. You have to assemble it. MG42 on the top. Damn.
Yeah. No idea it existed before I saw it.
It's insane.
No idea. Completely new. Out of nowhere.
Now, if you're irritated, we're talking about something that's non-gun related. Deal with it. Patreon guys, my clubhouse, they say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. You and Doodle just talk about it. We've learned so much. Airplanes, cars, motorcycles, hot chicks, pop culture. We talk a lot about pop culture, sometimes politics. Anyways, on with the gun review. Here we go with FN. The FN15. This is really an IISA episode. IISA stands for, is it still awesome? And the answer is, yes, it is awesome. We'll answer it right away. In fact, I'm going to go back. Here, you hold this. I'm going to go back in TMP annals. That's right. I said annals of history about all the FN stuff that we've reviewed. TD's helped me with a lot of it. FNP9 was 11 of 08. The SLP 9/11, so September of 2011. All these were awesome. FN15, that was in 2008 when I first started reviewing that. And why am I doing this? Because I said in another FN review, probably the 510 review, I said I cannot remember an FN firearm testing poorly. That's why I'm doing this. Now, if there's some exceptions, I'll let you know. 17S, love that gun. It's expensive. 16S, love that gun. That was in 2015. I reviewed it. FS 2000, wasn't super hip on that gun. 2014, I reviewed it. That's probably one of the ones that I'm mediocre on. But I'll tell you what, they're collectible now.
It has its charm.
You have an FS 2000 now, dudes are going to love it. You'll make money selling it, don't you think?
Dude, it's Peruvian mil-spec. I think. I forget.
The FNS I did in January 2017. FN15 2017. DMR3, a variation of this gun, 2018. So we're actually revisiting the FN15 again. FNS long slide 2021, the P12 2022, you helped me with that. The 502 2022, the 510 2024, the PS90 I reviewed.
The FNAR and like
the FNAR,
13.
another good one.
Yeah.
So it is fair to say we know the company, and what do I always say about FN? They are actually a military arms provider that, oh, by the way, makes guns for civilians. That's a really good thing, generally speaking. Now, there's a couple critiques I'm going to throw at this gun, and they're deserved. But generally speaking, that is a very good thing. FN has a mindset of military contract weapons. They have a mindset of, if I'm going to do a gun, if we're going to provide it, we're going to build it just, what do you know, just like we do our mil-spec guns, so they last and last. For instance, if you're going to talk about the steel on this gun, it is the same steel they use in their machine gun barrels. The CMV DEN Spec 21 Chrome MOV 511. By the way, they have an excellent website.
Yeah.
Excellent website. I use
Great
FN
steel.
as a kind of a standard to measure how you should spec out a website when you're talking about guns. Back to the point, this gun is a representation of that. It stands with other high-end AR-15s to include, but not only, POF, Bravo Company, I would say probably Daniel Defense,
BCM.
Noveski. I said Bravo. Noveski, and some others that we have reviewed here.
LWRC.
Most of those are piston, but some of them do DI guns.
I think they all started doing DI now.
That's true, they did.
Yeah.
The Barrett.
Yeah.
So this stands kind of higher tier of AR-15. But here's maybe the downside of that FN military contractor mindset. The downside is they are kind of staid in how they do things. Look at the muzzle. Show them that.
What are we going to put on there, Gary? I don't
Here
know.
you
Just
go.
grab something out of the bin.
No, it's not that. It's an A2 birdcage.
Yeah.
On
which
this
they
rather
make by
expensive
the tens of thousands.
AR-15. So this is what I'm getting on this rather expensive FN-15. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
But the reason why I think, and I could be wrong, but I think it's because FN has the military mindset. That's what this is a military profile barrel in there. It's not full diameter. You can see it narrows under the handguard. Here comes some awesome production quality for you. O-light coming into play. Can't see anything. Nothing. Nutnfancy, this is horrible. Trust me, it's just thinner. It's kind of an M4 profile, albeit a 16-inch barrel. It's their mil-spec mentality.
I just think they got a shit ton of them.
Well, they do, but the reason I'm saying this is because you need to know that when you get like an FN-15, and this is the TAC3 variation, they have some other variations. The DMR is still in their lineup.
Yeah.
Just know that maybe you won't get high-end competitive features. And what have we always said here in the project, for AR-15s, where the real innovation takes place is this is our opinion, in the competition arena. When guys are trying to win by tenths of a second. So a muzzle device that reduces rise, a magazine release that is a little bit bigger, that I can do quicker mag changes, just a tenth of a second here, and what it resulted into a very high-end, tricked out, I would say perfected AR-15 weapon system. I think POF is a great indication of it. I don't have a cast member here to show you, but I may roll in some video. POF does a great job with this, along with a lot of others. JM comes to mind. They are fantastic. They are fantastic. So, but with this, and to some degree, the Daniel Defense is this way too. What you're getting is very high-end materials.
Yeah.
You're getting mil-spec inspection procedures For instance, it's going to be an HP tested, proof tested barrel. And after they're done with that, they're going to magnetically particle inspect it. You ain't going to get that on a Rock River.
On the barrel.
Or a Smith & Wesson. On just the barrel.
That's pretty impressive.
And the barrel is, we talked about the steel. It's very high-end steel. I think Bravo Company's using the same steel as this. And I think Bravo Company, to be fair, is doing the same tests as these guys are.
Yeah.
The bolt, it's HPT MPI tested, Carpenter 158 steel, fully staked castle nut. Now, to be fair, I've kind of said that's not necessarily needed. I will stick with that. But it is very milspec-y. M4 feed ramps, staked gas key. It's just a military, I want to say M16, even though it's an AR15. My point in saying that is that's where the cost is going. So is it still awesome? The answer is yes, with an asterisk, to know what you're in for. For instance, this one, we're kind of jumping into features. This does not have a great trigger in it, which I was shocked. It has like a mil-spec trigger in it. And I was like, what? This is like an expensive AR. This is this TAC3. That is a miss, and I'm not going to forgive AR or FN for that. They should have put in a higher end trigger. Sure, I can put in a nice trigger for $100. I mean, a really good trigger. Links below. Dude, but damn.
It's kind of got the vibe of like a begrudging old timer kind of getting with the times. Like most of the time, not on board, but okay, I'll do the ambi charging handle. I'll go that far. And you're like, well, we were doing that in like 2014, bud.
Yeah, there's a couple, like you said, there's a couple nods to higher end ARs, like along POF, Patriot Ordnance. I would say, for instance, a handguard. This handguard is put together by Hodge Defense. It's a wedge lock, so it's very tight. It did not loosen on us at all. You might even be able to mount your night vision on top of it without any variation whatsoever. It has M-lock slots on the side. It is relatively small diameter. It's relatively lightweight. The gun, by the way, overall is just 6 pounds, 8 ounces without a magazine, without optics. That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good with this length. And when you see how much material they still have.
Yeah.
Like these, a lot of other people just do M-lock slots all the way back, cutting away more.
I would agree with that. There's more metal in that than I would like. Yeah. Definitely this long Picatinny rail. Like POF, doesn't they have like a smooth run here?
Yeah.
Detachable sections.
I love that.
I do too. You would have saved even more weight doing that.
But again,
guys aren't using this, generally speaking.
Duty. And especially after the Orgy rail and that little brouhaha where it wasn't strong enough, I think they're going to err on the side of making sure you could run over it with a four-wheeler.
Well, that gets back to their mindset. Yeah. It's a mil-spec, it's got to work mindset.
The curmudgeon
in the darkest of nights, in the heaviest of rains, in the biggest of snowfalls, this thing has got to damn well work. That's FN's mindset. To be honest, it's Daniel Defense's mindset. They put together amazing ARs, albeit expensive. They're basically the same company, as the least philosophically speaking.
Yeah. A lot of it's similar.
Yeah, some of their weight savings, by the way, is in that thinner barrel. Yeah. So it's thin right through here, then it thickens to 0.75 gas block, pinned gas block there, mid-length gas system on this. Speaking of which, I thought it was pretty soft shooting. Shot about the way I would expect it to shoot. It's a miss on the A2 flash hider. Easy to put something on, but it's just more cost.
I like the A2. And you might even have suppressors that work with that.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was going to dovetail on that. The benefit of an A2, like the gym techs we have, which one is it? I'll try to think of it. That'll clamp right onto the A2.
And watch this.
Big benefit.
Watch this. It's compensator, right? Look, think about it as a compensator. You've never seen it before. Imagine this is the first time you've ever seen this design. You go, oh, that's cool. That's cool. It's all blocked off on the bottom, so you don't have your silhouette.
I can tell by looking at it, it does not compensate.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nah,
yeah, because all your ribs are on the top.
You got to vent and manage the gas in a certain way to have some compensation effect.
That's,
where's that?
It's 1980s technology.
Do I have that battle comp equipped one? I don't think I have that. Tavor. Yeah. Does the Tavor there, or do we put it up? Oh yeah, show the Tavor. So that's a battle comp. Look how they managed the gas system on that. So that's a battle comp 2.0. Now that is a compensator.
Yeah.
And by the way, that damn well works. That battle comp is legit. The one thing is, like I coded this one, the dimensions change when you code it. So like even put a suppressor on it after you've coded. Yeah. Forget it.
Doesn't work.
Nope. That's Cerakote I put on that.
Hey, they designed that in like a freaking cubicle in 1987 or 88 or something.
Back to the gun review. So this is a forged, thank you very much, receiver, AR15. You will see that there's a square there. So that means this Brass Aluminum Forging Enterprises out of Ferndale, Michigan. And they build a lot of receivers for a lot of different companies, including Smith & Wesson, by the way. Because that Smith & Wesson Sport 3 that we have, same forging. To be honest, there really aren't that many places that can do a forging like this. There's just a couple. Cerro, Brass Aluminum, Harvey Anchor. But anyways, if you care, it doesn't matter. They're all super high quality. The barrel we talked about, it's super high quality. The bolt carrier group, I didn't mention this, is 8620 steel. The bolt itself, Carpenter 158. So basically the top line.
Yeah.
As far as we know. Now, it's not like nickel boron coated. So, if that makes you sad, it makes you sad. I don't know what to tell you on that. Right? I'm trying to think, is this nice?
You got a Raptor.
Show them that real quick.
It's a Radiance Raptor charging.
Yes.
This is like the one thing you convince
LT on it.
You convince the curmudgeon to advance with this. It's like
curmudgeon.
Like, could you get an ambi hand? I don't know. And then you show him, and he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could go with that. But when you talk about nickel boron plate, and he's, what are you, some kind of pervert? No, I'm not doing that. No.
1 to 7 twist on that, so it'll be able to stabilize your heavier rounds, of course. We talked about the trigger. It's very milspec-y, which is to say it's not that great.
It is. Oh, yeah, they even did there.
I love that charging.
They have the logo on. Oh, it's perfect. It's the best one.
It's a great charging handle. So that and the handguard are your nods to upgrades.
Yeah.
And this, a good charging handle is going to cost you like $100.
Yeah. There is a reason every single charging handle on Temu looks exactly like this.
Temu.
It's the ripoff of, it's Alibaba, but worse and lower quality.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Okay, so show them that pistol grip. That's a proprietary pistol grip, but of course you can put whatever you want on there. I actually like it. I would not take it off.
Yeah.
It does not have a compartment holder for you. So again, what you can do is get close cell foam. If you're running an optic, use like a 2032 battery. This is just a tester scope. You can just put in close cell foam, jam it up there, and trust me, it will stay there if you size it appropriately. 90-degree mil-spec throw, safety, except that is not a mil-spec actuator, right? It's different. It's just milled differently, which is really strange.
This is maybe spiked. I don't recognize it really, but I know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do anything for me. I'm not like, oh, look at the safety selector. It's so awesome.
Well, it's just shorter on the right, so it doesn't get in the way of your trick fingers.
Whatever.
Easily.
It's still dumb. All the other controls are normal. I do like this. This looks like a Magpul enhanced trigger guard right there that they installed. Strangely enough, they do not talk about that. And by the way, in manufacturers, you should talk about every upgrade you do. You need to do that. I mean, guys love it. Stake castle nut, mil-spec buffer tube, H buffer, by the way, in this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So they talk about how smooth it shoots, and like I said, it shoots well.
Seemed like it.
Stock, we like the stock. I don't really like to actuate the 6-position adjustability feature. This recessed stock button. Show them how that's done. It's kind of obnoxious to
You
me.
press in right here. So if you feel it, just by feel, you'll often screw up and press on the hard plastic.
Yeah.
And that's aggravating. Press a little bit lower, it comes out.
It is aggravating.
Just right there.
But it looks very Magpul-y, or actually MFT to me.
Yeah, and you got QD cups back here. Both sides, nothing up here though.
That's a miss. For the price, they should be putting those on. And then have the user take them off if he wants. But they should just tap into one of these M-lock slots, have a QD cup right there.
Freaking, I've got like a cheesy no-name that had QD stuff milled into the rail right here.
There's a couple misses on this. Back to stock though, I like that, and this non-slip pad is really nice too.
Yeah.
And show them there's no movement though. That's rare actually.
Yeah, for like a stock.
Very snug there. Excellent movement on there. On the FN15 TAC3, is it still awesome? The answer is yes, with an asterisk. How did it shoot? Oh, by the way, Ford charging handle, no surprise on that, and blah, blah, blah. The rest is standard. Well, I will say it shot exactly as I thought it would shoot. Do we have the paper?
No.
Oh, crap.
I thought that was this page. That's the Yakel.
Hang on a second. We got to find the paper. Standard. Keep it rolling.
Okay. feel like I could talk at length about how trends change. You know, I get that scent from it. Like someone who's not with the time. Like when your dad tells you he finally got on Snapchat and you're like, yeah, we quit using Snapchat like 9 years ago, bud. Like kind of late to the party, discovering stuff. But in this case, it's good stuff. They discovered a good rail. They discovered good ambi charging handles. I don't mind the safety. So it's good. You know, they're picking up the trends. Something interesting when that happens.
There it is.
There you go.
So this shot about the way I thought it would shoot. Pretty darn good. You can see I have a variety of loads that I shot. This is from a very stable rest. There was no wind that day, albeit it was very cold at I think like 20 degrees. That's an up arrow group. 77 grain, Creedmoor Sports. Look at that. Oh, that's this group right here. But look at this. This is like normal 55 grain range dynamics from Fiocchi. Damn.
Smoking.
If you get your AR to shoot that good, congratulations. And that answers the barrel quality question right there. Both barrel quality and barrel nut attachment. So what we see in the FN15 TAC3 is it's done correctly. Another good group here. There's 75 grain. Winchester 55 opening up a little bit. 77s. Look at this. I said, holy shit. HS 55 grain Fiocchi. Look at that.
It's awesome.
So that is on par. Almost on par with some of my better AR-15s to include the Stag 3G, the POF Renegade, Smith & Wesson. That Gen 1 Smith & Wesson shot very well. And surprisingly, the first generation of Ruger AR-556 shot very well. This gun right here is probably my most accurate AR-15, excuse me. It's wearing a the Rattler from AGM. And that is a TS-35. Link below one of your awesome night vision capability devices. This is all set up, by the way. I'm not set up in that we're like doing it just for the camera. This is one of our weapon systems ready to rock and roll. Has an IR illuminator on it. Another one on the bottom. I reviewed that separately in field.
Steiner?
This right here, the Steiner.
The Steiner
and that's the Gym Tech I'm talking about right there.
Mm-hmm.
Trek GMT, I think, is what it is. Oh, GMT Halo. And I did an infield on that. That is a fantastic suppressor. And that mounts on an A2, just like you said. But the barrel on this is actually a LaRue. And I've talked about it a lot, but that is a very, very accurate barrel. This will shoot into 1/2 inch with ammo it likes. And the rest is, well, just some hodgepodge.
Dude, the rest is a freaking rattlesnake Bushmaster lower from back in the day.
That's correct.
From back in the early days when we
MFT
loved
stock.
Glacier Guards and
I love this gun.
slings.
Dude, and that's a 20-inch barrel, bros.
Yeah.
20-inch. I still love 20s. They're awesome. Not right for every situation, but more or less good. Oh, by the way, you didn't answer how did you like shooting this?
I liked it.
Here's how much he liked it. We were testing a bunch of other guns, and he didn't like some of the other guns. I won't tell you what they are. Cooler guns.
Cooler guns that kids would see and go, dude,
right,
nice,
right.
dream gun.
We get to the FN15 TAC3, and he goes, finally a gun I like shooting. And I was like, you said something like, this is how it should shoot.
This is how a gun
Smooth,
should be. This is what I
quick,
want.
easy to work with. There's no ergonomic problems getting in the way. It's just the way you would expect it.
Well, and no gimmicks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting tired of guns with gimmicks and, you know, off the beaten track. It's nice to go back to basics to something that works exactly as it's supposed to.
It's good to innovate, though. I'm for innovation, but what you're saying is that innovation has to serve a purpose and improve the shooting experience or improve the system. And we've been testing some guns where they're just not doing that.
I just think
They're
the innovators, I need to break into their shop once in a while, hand them this and have them shoot it so it can bring them back down to earth and go, oh, right, you got to be able to shoulder it.
Yeah.
That's what I was forgetting.
And again, 6 pounds, 8 ounces out of the gate, bro. 6 pounds, 8 ounces. And by the way, that's a great Cerakote job they did on it.
Yeah.
So is it still awesome? The FN15 series. And by the way, we did a 300 blackout FN15 review back in October of 2016. So this is probably the 4th video we've said or talked about the FN15. The answer is yes. With an asterisk, just know what you're getting. You're getting a very durable, super high quality inspected AR-15. You may not be getting cutting edge ergonomic add-ons. I was shocked. The only real thing I would level towards this particular gun is that they didn't put a better trigger in it. I could deal with the stock, I can deal with the A2, it's super easy, but they should have a really nice, high-end trigger in this gun. There you go.
You know the thing that surprised me?
What?
I would actually buy this AR-15 grip separately as an accessory for my own build.
I love that.
I like it that much.
Got
The
laser
stippling on it
dude.
rules. It feels a lot
It's
like
awesome.
an M&P 2.0. That same, it's rough, it grabs. The way it swells feels good in the hand. I like it. You can get nice and tight up there, and it's cool.
Now, we're going to
Very
keep it a
cool.
little bit real before we wrap up this AR-15. Is apparently King Tiger tank review. Here in the very cold, you can see my breath warehouse. That's not after digital
It's like
effects, by the
26
way.
degrees in here right now.
It is. It literally is.
Yeah. We've had the propane heater going for an hour.
We can't
and
run it
it's
while we're
brought it
filming.
up by 3 degrees.
This is a Rock River Rage. This is a cost-effective AR-15.
It's pronounced Rage.
Here it goes. Prepare yourself. That's a worn mount. I actually like it. It's not the lightest mount, but I love the blue color. It comes in red too.
Yeah.
This is a great, great gun for the money. And look, it's the same weight, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. This is a great gun, but it's not magnetically particle inspected. It's not HPT. Not, I don't think, 158 Carpenter steel. This is what some people would call a sport AR-15. And by the way, there's the handguard I'm talking about. See, the pick rail.
Yeah.
I put that handguard on. What are we saying? What I'm saying is, keeping it real, do you need to go out and spend hard-earned money on a high-end AR-15 when you probably will never shoot 500 rounds through it? The answer is no. This gun would serve you quite well, and I would be happy to shoot this gun in a competition. I'm not even kidding you. Thousands of rounds I would shoot it. Now, maybe 6,000 or 7,000 rounds in, I start having problems with this Rock River. But I'll tell you what, we've had Rock Rivers in the project. We've shot 5,000 rounds through them, and they're A-OK. Just keeping it real. So if you don't think, like some tactical elitists online will have you think that you need an AR-15 of this quality, the honest truth is you probably do not. Now, if you're a competitor, yes. If that's just what floats your boat, knowing that it has all those cool things to it, I say go for it. But I love the TAC-15. I think it's well worth the money. There's a review.
Seeing that blue on that mount jogged my memory that FN does actually have some fun once in a while.
Yeah.
It does 3 gun models, and they'll do them in a blue because they made an FNAR in that same shade.
They did an
the entire
SLP
thing. So,
competition
Yeah.
shotgun in blue.
yeah, I bet you'd see relatively the same build, but
They
in
do
a nice blue.
step out of
cool-
the milspec
Once in
arena
a
once in a
while.
while.
Yeah.
They need to do it better. They need to innovate a little bit more. Oh, by the way, I'm so glad I remembered. We do have another FN firearm on the table.
Speaking of innovation,
The Reflex.
you ever heard of the SIG P365? Well, guess what? We made it at FN now.
So they're basically doing what Ruger does. This is basically the 365. This is so Ruger-esque doing it this way. But it's a great gun. This
Yeah,
has been
it's all
another great FN gun. This is a long slide variation.
I mean, I guess every
Awesome.
other industry, that's what cars
Awesome.
did. The Suburban
Who?
comes out and people are like, yeah,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
do that. And now
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a category unto itself.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's funny that pistols in the years, so what, we've had CCW stuff, we had like micro compacts, subcompacts. It's like filling a tub with Jello. They have seeped into every conceivable niche. There's like the compact that they sized up.
This
just
is
a
why
little bit,
videos go
and
longer
they
with TD.
lengthened it a little bit, and now you have like the XL. It's very silly.
Listen, if you're criticizing the longer slide format on this, I will push back. I love it. I actually like the 365 XL
I think they
more
got
than I do the regular.
longers even.
You can get in the realm of
They
ridiculousness.
have like
I'll give you
a
that.
P365.
This, by the way, is
that's
a
longer
Citizen
than a 17.
automatic watch. Buy it while you can. It will probably be gone by the time I post this video. This is a Japanese domestic market only one. And it comes in teal, this beautiful yellow. It has a Citizen automatic movement in it. Solid link stainless steel bracelet. And
They did
damn,
like a gold
there's
color
a
for the back.
Spinnaker Flus. Beautiful watch. What are you wearing today?
The,
Oh, look at his.
the Luna Pilot.
He wins in the coolness contest.
The Luna Pilot.
The Bulova Lunar Pilot. And it's marked with a landing date of the moon. There you go. So yes, we're into tanks, we're into watches, aircraft, and all the other cool stuff. And we're done, boys. Sorry if we were a little bit scattered on the details. For instance, I forgot to mention this is Midwest Industries handguard. But maybe you guys don't care.
I mean,
It's
we
a
left
great
out
gun.
like the steel is particularly useful for runic inscriptions. So if you want ice damage, plus 20, fire damage.
Okay, enough
It
of
does
that.
bonus damage against trolls and
Make
orcs.
sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. YouTube is in a battle with me. They have been for a very long time. Join my Rumble feed. Join Rumble, Nutnfancy. I'll see you over there, and join Patreon and the Clubhouse. Become a paying donor. $2 a video is good enough. I do like 6 or 7 charges per month. You can afford that. See ya. TD has a Patreon too. Subscribe to him. See ya.